Well, first of all, I'm very comfortable with the 912 group. I know a lot of the folks who are members of the 912 personally, and my wife and I are members of the 912. So I'm very comfortable with that. I don't think we're an extremist group, and I think we're good Americans. We're interested in good government. So that's why I'm a member and I associate with these folks. I think we're blessed in Lebanon County, and in order to feel how significant that blessing is, I think we just need to look back about 8 or 9 months or so. During this commissioner race, we had 10 candidates enter this race in the primary, 7 Republicans and 3 Democrats. And during that primary race and during this general election race, I personally, and perhaps someone can say differently, but I have not seen or heard one candidate in a public meeting such as this make negative comments about another candidate. And I think that's remarkable. That just says what kind of candidates we have in this county who are willing to serve, willing to go through the difficult process of running for office. So I say hats off to all of the candidates in these races from the primary through this general election. The negative comments that have come up concerning my candidacy, there's only been 3 that I've seen in print. 2 of those were letters to the editor, and the other was an article in the Lebanon Daily News. And I discount the one about how much my campaign cost. I don't consider that a negative article. That was factual. But the other 2, the first one was in reference to my position that I took as a South Londonderry Township Supervisor in opposition to the township purchasing the Alger property. And most of you probably read something about that or heard something about that during the process. I took that position and I continued through the vote, and I was the one dissenting vote in that purchase. And the reason I took that position is that I think it's time that all of us, and especially those of us in government, begin to recognize that government cannot fix everything. They cannot do everything. They cannot be all to everyone. And although I'm perfectly in favor, 100% in favor of open space and the environment and parks and recreation, I felt that for our township to spend the money that was in our capital reserve fund, even though we had a matching grant, was a mistake. As it turned out, I feel it was a mistake because we just went through a flood situation and we had 7 sinkholes, some of them major in our township, and all of a sudden we had to spend $100,000 for sinkhole repair. And the first thing our township manager did was to send us a memo saying we're going to have to raise taxes $1 million because we expended this money for sinkhole repair. Actually, we are not going to raise taxes, but that was his first response. We're finding other ways to balance the budget. But it proved that I think I was in the right position on that issue, not to spend $120,000 from our capital fund to purchase a piece of land. And I had other possibilities, but they said my recommendations were too late. The second one concerned another position that I took at a township supervisors meeting when the librarian from the Free Library in Palmyra came to our meeting. I felt actually tried to embarrass us by saying at a public meeting how much the Palmyra Borough supported them and how much North Londonderry supported them and how little South Londonderry supported them. And her solution to this problem was that we enact a library tax. I opposed that, opposed it publicly, and I don't think that we're going to have a library tax. Again, I don't oppose libraries. I just think there has to be a limit to what government can do. And then the last one was the chairman of the Democratic Party, in the article concerning their annual banquet, suggested that this was a great time for the Democrats to make inroads at the county commissioner level because Bill Ames was a Tea Party guy and nobody liked that, and he was an extremist. And what I would say to that, and I do not hold the candidates here accountable for that, they didn't say it. They've been perfect in this race. We've all gotten along famously. But if balancing budgets, watching out for the taxpayers' money, spending money in the best way that we can, and not believing that government is the solution to all issues and all problems, if that's an extreme position, then I'm an extremist. Thank you.